China's foreign ministry said this morning that President Trump's message to the WHO, threatening to cut off funding for good, is an effort to shift the blame for his administration's failures in responding to the coronavirus. Ramy Inocencio reports now on the letter sent in the middle of a worldwide conference on the pandemic.
In his scathing 4-page letter, President Trump slammed the World Health Organization for what he called a failed response to COVID-19, an alarming lack of independence from China, and for ignoring credible reports from Wuhan. The president's Health and Human Services Secretary addressed the WHO directly as it convened its annual assembly virtually for the first time.
There was a failure by this organization to obtain the information that the world needed, and that failure cost many lives.
The president's missive came after China's President Xi Jinping made a U-turn, pledging to support an independent probe into the origins of the coronavirus, and with a pledge of $2 billion in aid. But Washington called Xi's statements a distraction from what the White House claims to be China's failure to alert the world, and said Beijing should pay more. That payment might come in the form of a vaccine. China says it now has 5 candidates in clinical trial, with CanSino Biologics, the medical arm of the People's Liberation Army, the first in the world to enter the second phase of clinical trials.
Typically, to go through from phase 1 to phase 3 studies can take 5 to 7 years. Given the urgency of the pandemic, those steps have been compressed somewhat.
And the last paragraph of President Trump's letter, he threatened to withdraw all U.S. funding to the World Health Organization for good. That was $400 million in 2019, unless major changes are made in the next 30 days. For CBS This Morning, Ramy Inocencio, Tokyo.